Hello everybody, today I'll be showing you guys how to play Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger is a very good support character. She's more of like a secondary support since she can't dish out as much healing as some other support characters, but other than that she's still a very good support character. Because it is actually very hard to miss your shots, because she has something sort of like an aim bot comes with her kit. So the first thing we're going to talk about when it comes to Cloak and Dagger is her positioning. So as you can see in this clip, my position is in the back, and I am mainly just dishing out my healing, and I keep on switching. I use my ult in the middle, just went in the circle, got some chip damage around the point. Well, let's talk about the cooldowns before anything. As you can see, I'm going to use all of her abilities. I'll talk about what they do in a second. Each take 12 seconds of cooldown, so you keep that in mind and use them sparingly. Let's talk about Dagger's basic trigger. Basic trigger does a little AoE splash healing and does very little damage to opponents. As you can see, my crosshair is not really on him, but I'm still able to hit him. That is the aim assist I was talking about. That comes in great handy if you have an opponent running away on low HP and you're not good at aiming. As you can see, I wasn't really aiming at him, but it still hit him. So this projectile can bounce off walls and hit allies, bounce off walls and hit enemies. As you can see, the basic trigger healing does do a little splash AoE, and it will heal enemies nearby. This is one of two ways to heal yourself as Dagger. The cool thing about her basic trigger is you can still get it to bounce off walls and still have it target onto your allies. So that comes in handy if you're in awkward corners in the game. But keep in mind, if it bounces off the wall, it will not target enemies. Let's talk about L2. I don't know what it is for you guys, but it is L2 for me. As you can see, it shoots out a little shield-like thing that actually regenerates HP. As you can see, me shooting it at my allies or enemy does not heal or deal damage. You have to throw it on the ground wherever you are looking, and that is where you heal. This is the second way you can heal yourself as Cloak and Dagger. As you can see, I'm going to take some damage. I'm going to show you guys all the others. I'll explain what these do in a second. But as you can see, none of them healed me. This is the only one that will heal me next to the splash basic trigger. As you can see, take a little bit extra damage right here. Basic trigger also heals me. Those are the 1 and 2 ways to heal yourself, but obviously it takes a little longer for you to heal. So I suggest saving the L2 mainly for yourself. Use it a little more selfish-like, because obviously the basic trigger is not reliable to use on just yourself. Not much to talk about with L1, but L1 shoots a barrier out, a little healing barrier. As you can see, it highlights their health in green, and also you can see it does no damage to opponents, but it highlights their health in green, and that will actually make them regenerate more HP if they didn't have that. So it's pretty good to use in a huge group of allies. Now that we're done with Dagger, let me show you the basic trigger range on her. As you can see, she doesn't really have a range. It's wherever you if your shots are good and you're able to hit them. But once I'm switching off the Cloak, as you can see, he will have a range. No. So right here, his range is 18 meters. Scoot up a little, boom, 18. Cloak also has that aim assist I was talking about. As you can see, my crosshairs show it pretty well. But I do not need to be aiming or looking at him. So our first thing we're going to talk about is L2 for Cloak and Dagger. So as you can see, they're taking damage, they're firing. Cloak and Dagger can do this and block any incoming damage to you or allies. So it is very good. Now, you will get out of that animation. Your allies will be vulnerable to damage if they grab someone, reload, or jump. So just keep in mind not to be doing those. But the main reasoning for this is to reposition yourself. Let's just say you kill a couple enemies or you're dealing damage, you reposition yourself and just get up into an area where they can't get you. I'll be showing you guys an example in just 1 second, but this is absolutely one of my favorite moves to do with this guy. So right here, you can see me repositioning myself just up, and then they all just run past me. Very good move. But also this move can be used to block ults. As you can see, Jeff's ult did not even hit me. Absolutely broken. And also Jeff's ult did hit me here, but I can use this ult, I can use this ability to escape and get out. So very good. Now we're going to talk about L1. L1 is very similar to the barrier, but it actually blinds your opponent so they can't see a little bit, and it deals a little bit of damage. This is a 100% offensive move this time. It does nothing to your allies. So keep that in mind. Also keep in mind each one of these have a 12-second cooldown. I'm going to mix up the L2 and L1 of the Cloak and Dagger, but as you can see, repositioning myself in a weird angle so Cap couldn't get me. I am now standing in the back, just shooting my shots, blinded him so he ran away. Very, very, very good. Now let's talk about her ult. Her ult offensively leaves a little trail of chip damage for allies. Well, for enemies, I guess. But now for defensively, it leaves a little trail of chip healing. So it's very, very good. The main reason you want to use this ult is, let's just say there is point in the middle. You want to use this ult in the middle with a huge brawl, and it'll deal a bunch of chip damage to your opponents and chip healing to your allies. So it's very, very good. As you can see right here, this is where I did it. There was a brawl going on, so I just put my trail right there, and then they all escaped, all left the middle area, and if they didn't, they were going to get chip damage in. I hope this video helped you guys out, but keep in mind the positioning and all of her cooldowns do take 12 seconds. So just keep in mind, use her stuff sparingly. Use Dagger's L2, the little shield thing, more selfishly. And yeah, I hope this video helped you guys out. Cloak and Dagger is one of my favorite characters, and it's very easy to play with her. So if you're struggling with this game, I suggest playing some Cloak and Dagger.